Show some sisterly love for Dapper Dan. Your seat is right here. Wait a minute. It's Fashion Week. Let's look at it. Let's look at it good.
I love y'all.
From head to toe.
And I want to thank everybody for making me who I am, because the people who made me who I am are here, right here. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Okay, so what are we wearing? Let's start with this.
Everything that I have on is Gucci, Dapper Dan.
Woo!
Everything.
Have a seat. So let's just start there, because what you're wearing is Gucci, Dapper Dan.
Yeah.
How are you inspired to take couture like Gucci and literally blow it up and expand it to be a brand all of your own?
You know, growing up, I recognized early on what our culture does, and what we do when we are denied something, we take it over and always make it better than what it was. You know, that's the nature of our culture. Music, art, everything we do, we take charge of it and make it better, because they don't let us in. We create it for ourselves.
Did you grow up knowing that you had this eye and this penchant for fashion? Like, when did you know that you were Dapper Dan, that you really had something when it came to fashion?
You know, I found out there was an older guy in Harlem, and his name was Dapper Dan. And when he came out of jail and he saw how fly I was, and he told me he's not Dapper Dan no more, that I'm Dapper Dan. And he changed his name to Tinnerman Dan. From that moment on, I knew I had it. Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was like 15. That's when I was a professional gambler then.
Wow. So talk to me about the very first expensive piece of clothing that you purchased. Your first piece of Gucci, like, what was it?
That I made for the rappers?
Yes.
The first significant piece that made the biggest statement to show exactly what I was capable of doing is what you see with Eric B. and Rakim.
We remember that? Explain it for those who may not remember what the piece looked like for Eric B. and Rakim.
Well, Eric B. and Rakim, it was like Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all the major brands, they didn't make clothes for us. So here's a new musical genre that's taking place. Hip-hop music is being born. Luxury brands have not been introduced to us yet. So what I did was combine luxury brands with a new form of music called hip-hop, and design clothing that would give us a new look to go with the new music form that was taking place. And so I designed it so you could have both looks. And with what Eric B. and Rakim had on, Eric B., I took black and gold Gucci and made a Gucci jacket for Eric B. with the G's on. But Rakim was a 5%er, so he wanted to reflect how he wanted to look. So I made his jacket with gold and black Gucci with the 5%er sign, and then a whole new way of interpreting culture through our own eyes was born with them.
So before you did that piece, Dapper Dan, what was the first piece that you bought personally for yourself? Did you buy it for yourself, or did someone buy you a Gucci belt, Gucci shoes, or Gucci hat? What was your first piece of Gucci that you remember owning and wearing as a young man?
No, what triggered all this was, you have to understand black culture and how it developed. Now, this is important. When you look at, throughout time, what we like, diamonds, furs, exotic skins, those are all the things that I started out making. But when luxury brands came about, now you can take the symbol from a luxury brand and get the same results as if you had diamonds or furs. So when the most popular guy in Harlem came into the store, he had a Louis Vuitton pouch. And I saw how excited people got over that pouch. I said, imagine if I can take the symbols off that pouch and design things based on our culture and how we like to look, how much money I could make. And that's when it was born. That's when the whole idea was born.
Is your definition of fly 2019 the same as your definition of fly back in 85 and the 80s?
Yeah. Now, back in 85, when I started out and I saw how passionate people was about what I was doing, I said, I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do clothes, I'm gonna do cars, I'm gonna do furniture. So I did it all back then. But the thing is, they ran me underground. And when they ran me underground, there was no way for the world to know that all the major brands was copying what I did. So what happened was, in the meantime, after 20 years underground, social media came about. Black Twitter came about. And then Black Twitter said, hold up, all that stuff these major brands are doing, that came from Dapper Dan. And Black Twitter said, no, y'all not getting away with that. And as a result of that, Gucci came from Italy and offered me not a collaboration, but a partnership. And I said, if I'm gonna have a partnership, I gotta have a store in the community that I came from, and I gotta continue to be able to make that stuff the same way I was making it before y'all took it.
Nicely done.
So
Let's clap it up. I think that deserves a round of applause
Yeah.
for sure. It's a partnership, not a collaboration.
Yeah.
So are there any brands that you do not, share with us all the brands that you work with other than just Gucci?
Look, this is very important. The curator of the Museum of Modern History, I did a speak there. She introduced me as the most important person for fashion motif of the 20th century from when I started. All right? So all the brands that you look at today are doing what is called logomania. I am the father of logomania. What that means is whenever you see a Fendi coat and it got all F's over it, they got that idea from Dapper Dan. When you see a Louis Vuitton outfits with LVs all over, they got that idea from that. Everywhere you go that you see logos all over the garments, that's because of what I did.
All right, real quick, we gotta wrap up. Take us to today, some of the artists that you work with, like Megan Thee Stallion, and then it's Fashion Week. So what should we be on the lookout for trending fashions going forward from Dapper Dan's mouth?
Here's what I want. This is the problem. We have a lot of upcoming dynamic black designers, and my job is to navigate this road and open up doors for them. At the end of the month, you're gonna see publications come out, and it's gonna talk about how we need to be inside so we can open the doors for those who come behind us, right? Now, if you notice, right after I got the partnership with Gucci, Louis Vuitton went out and got Virgil Abloh, right? And so the more we get in the door, the more we open the door for other people. Now, what should you be on the lookout for? We have to require that young designers of color are reflecting what we want, the looks we want to have, to fit the bodies that we have. So be on the lookout for the stuff that I make, and the younger designers coming along. Make sure you're happy with the way they're trying to make us look, and let them know, because that's the way we can grow.
Awesome. Clap it up, show some Circle of Sisters love and BLS love for Harlem's own Dapper Dan.
Thank you so much.